नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं मानव सिन्हा एंड यू आर वाचिंग दैट वन शो विच सैटिस्फाइज योर हंगर फॉर एवरीथिंग ऑटोमोटिव राइट एट वन प्लेस। जी हां, यू आर वाचिंग द टाइम्स ड्राइव शो। हर बार की तरह इस बार भी we've brought an action-packed lineup for you. So let's quickly take a look at what's coming your way over the next half an hour. We'll start off with the new Hyundai Venue. We've taken it for a drive to find out if it lives up to the hype. Then we'll talk about an electric motorcycle from the house of Rapti HV who claim that it can be charged from a car charger. Finally, लेकर आए हैं एक special conversation with someone really special at Hyundai India to find out what their plans are for our country in the coming future. तो जैसा कि आपने देखा, काफी कुछ लाइंड अप है आपके लिए, पर हाँ, आज हमें कंपनी दे रही है the Mahindra VE6, a car known for being tech loaded and feature loaded in the country. But if there's another car like this in the Hyundai lineup, it has to be the Hyundai Venue. अगर आप हमारे शो के एक एविड व्यूअर हैं तो लास्ट वीक हम आपके लिए लेकर आए थे Hyundai Venue का लॉन्च वॉक अराउंड, बट अब हमने उस गाड़ी को फाइनली ड्राइव भी कर लिया है एंड वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट इफ इट लिव्स अप टू द हाइप. सो कम विद मी टू गोवा फॉर अ नाइस ड्राइव. Now, ever since COVID happened, Hyundai says they've been selling over 1 lakh Hyundai Venues in the Indian market every year. Up until now, they've sold over 7 lakh of these cars. So without a doubt, the Hyundai Venue is a very important product. हाल फिलहाल में Hyundai Venue की जो कंपटीशन की गाड़ियां हैं उन्हें काफ़ी सारे अपडेट्स मिल गए, जिसके चलते जो Venue की USP थी, यानी कोर की डिज़ाइन, टेक लोडेड कार, वो USP कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी कम भी ज़रूर हो चुकी है. लेकिन अब Hyundai is finally fixing things because they've come out with a new Hyundai Venue. We are here in sunny Goa to take it out for a drive and tell you everything you need to know about it. The first thing that you will notice about the Hyundai Venue though is the way it sits. It feels like a bigger car, and the reason is simple. It's actually become bigger. Not in length, because it's still slightly under 4 meters in length to make sure you get that tax benefit with the price of the car, but it's now become taller and wider as well, and as a result the stance of the car has become so much better. अब ये presence के मामले में काफ़ी अच्छी लगती है. करीब से डिज़ाइन को देखते हैं. फ्रंट एंड डिज़ाइन पूरा का पूरा रिवर्क कर दिया गया है. काफ़ी सारे मस्कुलर SUV, टिपिकल SUV टाइप एलिमेंट्स हमें यहाँ देखने को मिल जाते हैं. कमिंग टू द साइड प्रोफाइल, व्हाट यू विल नोटिस आर 16-inch alloy wheels that you get to see on the car. रियर एंड डिज़ाइन मेरे को इस गाड़ी का सबसे अच्छा लगा. मुझे फ्रंट से भी ज़्यादा अच्छी ये पीछे से लगती है. काफ़ी हैंडसम डिज़ाइन है इसका. नाउ ऑल ऑफ दीज डिज़ाइन एलिमेंट्स एक्सेंचुएट द न्यू स्टांस एंड गिव्स इट दैट मस्कुलर फील. बम्पर भी रिवर्क हो गया है. ये ब्रश्ड एल्यूमिनियम टाइप फिनिश आपको यहाँ देखने को मिलती है, और नीचे रिफ्लेक्टर्स आपको उसी शेप में देखने को मिलते हैं जिस शेप में हमें लाइट्स आगे देखने को मिली थी. काफ़ी बड़ा स्पॉइलर भी है पीछे. अगेन इफ़ यू गो फॉर द एन लाइन मॉडल यू गेट अ वेरी यूनिक spoiler over here, and last but not the least you get actual functional roof rails with the car as well. So overall, when it comes to design, the Hyundai Venue looks way better than what it used to before. And like I said, if you want the N-line model, well, what you will get is a much sportier package. The front end design looks a lot more muscular and aggressive, and the same can be said for the back as well. I really like the 17-inch alloy wheel designs on the N-line model, and overall it's a really handsome car that looks a lot more muscular and sporty, but done very tastefully as compared to the regular model. The same can be said for the insides as well, because the interior theme of the N-line equipped car is an all black theme with the red stitches all around and things like sporty pedals and all, जो आपको N-line variant में देखने को मिलता है. और वही इंटीरियर थीम नॉन एनलाइन मॉडल जो कि हम आज चला रहे हैं, वहाँ पर चेंज हो जाता है. यहाँ पर एक डुअल टोन थीम हमें देखने को मिलती है. टच स्क्रीन की बात करते हैं, टच रिस्पॉन्स टॉप नॉच है. बहुत अच्छा इंफोटेनमेंट सिस्टम हमें देखने को मिलता है. नया UI डिज़ाइन देखने को मिल रहा है. मल्टीपल लैंग्वेज सपोर्ट है. कनेक्टेड कार टेक्नोलॉजी, बहुत सारी चीज़ें इस टच स्क्रीन के थ्रू आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं. लेकिन एक खास बात जो आपको काफ़ी अच्छी लगेगी वो है ये कि अब Hyundai Venue में वायरलेस एप्पल कारप्ले और वायरलेस एंड्रॉयड ऑटो आपको देखने को मिल जाता है, विच इज़ अ वेरी 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 welcome addition. And if we talk about the rear seat experience, I've set the front seat as per my height. For reference, I'm 5'10" और आप देख सकते हैं काफ़ी अच्छा नी रूम, लेग रूम मुझे यहाँ पर देखने को मिलता है. हेड रूम जैसा कि मैंने कहा काफ़ी अच्छा भी है. I have this drop down arm rest over here with cup holders and मेरे को 2 USB चार्जिंग पोर्ट भी मिल जाते हैं, USB-C टाइप चार्जिंग पोर्ट्स. अब चलते हैं बूट स्पेस की तरफ. तो जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, बूट स्पेस हैज आल्सो बिकम बिगर देन बिफोर. द कैपेसिटी हैज गॉन अप. इट मे नॉट बी द सेगमेंट बेस्ट, बट अगेन इट इज गुड इनफ नाउ एंड इज अ वेलकम एडिशन. Now coming to the drive experience of the new Hyundai Venue, well, in terms of drivetrain changes, there aren't much. Pretty much वही सेटअप है जो हमें पहले देखने को मिलता है. चेंज जहां देखने को मिल रहा है वो है इसके राइड क्वालिटी में. Thanks to the new underpinnings that the car gets, I think it now drives much better than before. एक जो चीज़ आपको ध्यान में ज़रूर रखनी है वो है ये कि इसका जो राइड सेटअप है वो थोड़ा सा स्टिफ साइड पे है. इसके प्रोज एंड कॉन्स है. कौन सी है कि वर्टिकल मूवमेंट जैसा कि आपने देखा थोड़ी बहुत गाड़ी में देखने को मिलती है, बट when you engage in spirited driving conditions, this is something you will be more than glad to have. So it's a good mix to have. It just depends what you're looking for. Well, now it's time to sum up my experience with the Hyundai Venue. Now usually वीडियो के इस पॉइंट पे मैं काफ़ी लंबा चौड़ा वर्डिक्ट दे सकता हूँ, बट Hyundai Venue के केस में इट्स अ क्लियर कट वर्डिक्ट. The Hyundai Venue has become much better than before, and I would say it's a return to form for Hyundai because they have gone back to making the Venue one of the most desirable cars in the segment. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a job well done. Moving on, let's talk about electric vehicles. And when it comes to an electric vehicle like this, a big electric car, जो हमें देखने को मिलता है चार्जिंग पोर्ट में वो है ये CCS2 पोर्ट. अब फंडा इसका बेसिकली यही है कि इसके थ्रू आप काफ़ी सारा चार्ज अपने यूनिट में ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं अपने बैटरी पैक में. And this is something that's become a bit of a standardization in almost every single electric car that you can buy in our country right now. However, ये एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो हमने टू व्हीलर की दुनिया में अभी तक नहीं देखी है, बट चेन्नई बेस्ड Rapti HV is about to change that because they've come out with a new electric motorcycle that supports this type of charging, meaning आप उसको किसी भी कार चार्जिंग नेटवर्क पर भी चार्ज कर सकते हैं. It sounds really interesting, so let's head on over to Ankur Taneja to find out more about it.
The electric vehicle market in India has grown at a pretty decent pace in last few years, and the major chunk of that growth is because of the electric two-wheelers that we have seen in last few years. और आज हमारे साथ एक और नया ब्रांड है, इलेक्ट्रिक ब्रांड है जिसका नाम है Rapti, और उनकी ये इलेक्ट्रिक बाइक T30 हमारे साथ है जिसके बारे में मैं आपसे बात करने वाला हूँ. Now let's start with the design first of this Rapti T30. Over here in the front you get the complete full LED cluster and the DRLs in the headlamps as well, and also you get the USD forks in the front as well. Overall bike का जो design है वो आपको वो fade bike वाला ही feel देगा, and that is mainly because of the battery pack that is there in the center of this bike. तो यहाँ पर इसमें बैटरी पैक प्लेस करा गया और पूरा फेयरिंग आपको यहाँ पर देखने को मिलेगा. Now instead of EV they have mentioned Rapti HV. अब ये क्यों है यहाँ पर आपको HV का मतलब इसमें है हाई वोल्टेज, जो 240 वोल्ट इन्होंने इसमें इस्तेमाल किया है. अब ट्रेडिशनल जो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स होते हैं या टू व्हीलर्स होते हैं वहाँ पर इस तरह की या इतनी वोल्टेज का इस्तेमाल नहीं करा जाता. तो ये भी एक नया एलिमेंट Rapti कह रही है कि उन्होंने अपनी बाइक में दिया है, या टेक्नोलॉजी जिसमें दी है, जहाँ पर आपको हायर वोल्टेज पे यहाँ पर ये बाइक चलती हुई दिखाई देगी. डिज़ाइन वगैरह देखेंगे, कुछ ग्राफिक्स का इस्तेमाल यहाँ करा गया है. Though the weight of the bike is around 177 kgs, but they have used aluminum frame to make it lighter. अगर बात करें वहाँ पर कि बाइक का जो ओवरऑल वेट है आपको चलाते वक्त यस वो वेट महसूस होगा, बट एल्यूमिनियम फ्रेम का इस्तेमाल है तो वहाँ पर कुछ तरह से थोड़ी बहुत कटौती वेट को लेकर यहाँ पर करी गई है. फिर यहाँ पर दिया गया है इसका चार्जिंग पोर्ट. अब ये एक और यूनिक एलिमेंट है जो आपने किसी भी और इलेक्ट्रिक टू व्हीलर में नहीं देखा होगा, जो गाड़ियों में आता है लेकिन किसी भी टू व्हीलर में नहीं आता. दैट इज CCS2 फास्ट चार्जिंग ऑप्शन. अब इससे होगा क्या, जो भी कार चार्जिंग का नेटवर्क है उसको आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं इस बाइक को चार्ज करने के लिए, और वो भी फास्ट चार्जिंग वाला, यानी कि 7 किलोवाट मैक्सिमम ये चार्जिंग का लोड लेगी। एंड 7 किलोवाट की चार्जिंग स्पीड से आप इसको चार्ज कर सकते हैं CCS2 चार्जर से। तो वहाँ पर उसकी चार्जिंग स्पीड कब बढ़ जाती है, तकरीबन 1 घंटे में ये 100 किलोमीटर के आसपास चार्ज हो जाएगी। Now it comes with 5.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, and the real world range that Rapti is claiming with this T30 is around 150 kilometers. अब बाइक के पावर के आंकड़े क्या हैं, किस तरह से इसकी राइड हैंडलिंग है, क्या इसकी परफॉर्मेंस देखने को मिलती है, एंड ओवरऑल जो हम राइड करने वाले हैं यहाँ पर चेन्नई में इस बाइक को, तो किस तरह का रेंज जितना मैंने चलाया है मुझे इस बाइक में देखने को मिल रहा है, अब बात करते हैं उसकी। Now let's talk about the overall ride, handling and performance of this Rapti EV. First, some specs. The battery pack is 5.4 kilowatt hour, power generated is around 29 bhp and max torque is 70 Newton meters. It does 0 to 60 in just 3.5 seconds and top speed is 135 kilometers per hour. Starting with the overall performance, there are different modes for the city, highway and mid-level mode. Performance is good in both city and highway conditions. Yes, you will feel the bike's weight because of the battery and the motor, especially at slow speeds. But once you are at higher speeds, the overall balance and the handling is good. One minor handling issue I faced was with the particular unit during my first test ride. There was some wobbling. That might have been due to low tire pressure, but it was an issue. When I switched to another bike, I didn't experience this, especially at high speeds. Now let's talk about the ride quality. The overall positioning is good, but it strikes a balanced position suitable for both city and highway, so you don't feel excessive strain on your wrists and shoulders. But apart from that, the ride quality impressed me, both in city and in highway conditions. Now overall as a package, Rapti's first electric vehicle in the Indian market, priced at 2.40 lakh ex-showroom, the features are impressive, especially the CCS2 charging compatibility. Overall, the features are good, ride quality is solid, comfort is slightly compromised, but performance is strong. All these things make the Rapti EV a strong package.
And with that, it is time for a small break on the Times Drive show. But don't go anywhere, because once we're back, we have a very special conversation lined up with Hyundai Motor India. Stay tuned. Welcome back. मैं हूं मानव सिन्हा और आप देख रहे हैं The Times Drive Show. Now, as we promised, it's time to get into a conversation with someone really special at Hyundai Motor India. I'm talking about Mr. Tarun Garg, who will become the first Indian to lead the Korean brand in its entire history, which is a fabulous achievement. We got hold of him. Let's take a look at how the conversation went. Hello everyone, welcome to this very special edition of the Times Drive podcast. It's special because I have someone special from Hyundai India Group. I've got Mr. Tarun Garg, whole-time director and CEO with us today. Tarun, welcome to the Times Drive podcast.
Thank you so much, Manav.
Tarun, my first question obviously has to be about the big announcement that we just got, that you will be the first Indian to lead the Korean giant in the Indian market. While the news is big, what I want to understand is, on your end, how was it when the moment came that you got to know that this is the decision going forward?
Look, very, very overwhelming. It's a matter of great pride for me individually, having spent more than 3 decades in the auto industry. And why this moment became very special is because being the first Indian means that a legacy is being created. Being the first Indian means that, yes, India is even more coming on the world map. And being the first Indian also brings me with a lot of enthusiasm and energy, because this is also coinciding with Hyundai's very strong plans for India. So, and the way the media has kind of taken it, the way I'm getting messages from people outside the industry, I'm feeling very proud, very humbled, and very thankful that I've got this opportunity.
Let's start with the global vision of Hyundai. If you could briefly tell us what it is, because obviously that will now be executed through you as well. So can you give us an idea of the global plan?
I think this is very important. Our global vision is progress for humanity. and we have always believed that we need to do things which will make people's life better, more convenient. And if you see the investments by Hyundai, whether they are in technology, greener technologies, electrics, hybrids, even hydrogen, so they're all towards making things better. India is, of course, a very, very important role. Hyundai Motor Group has already become the third biggest in the world. In India, we hold on to a very strong position. And we believe that the second phase of Hyundai's growth in India has now begun. As you know, we had Mr. Jose Munoz, our global CEO, coming to India on the Investor Day and announcing a very aggressive investment of 45,000 crore rupees and 26 new models to be launched, plus so many new technologies, 8 hybrids, 5 EVs, so many CNGs, entry into new segments like MPVs and off-roaders, then Hyundai Capital coming in with the finance option, of course, a strong dividend policy, a guidance on the future EBITDA margins. So I think all in all, a very, very comprehensive and a robust plan to show the market that India is one of the most important markets for Hyundai Motor Company.
Right. So, in your offerings across the model portfolio, even in the case of Venue, Hyundai is known to offer a wide variety of drivetrain options, gearbox engine options. I think that's one of the key strengths of Hyundai models in India. That also places you very uniquely with a very good mixture of different fuel types, be it diesel, be it petrol, be it electric. So where do you see this shift happening? How do you see the division of these drivetrains being in the coming years?
No, we are a part of the Hyundai Motor Group. So obviously, we have access to all technologies, whether it is strong hybrid, plug-in hybrid, EV, petrol, diesel, CNG, even hydrogen. So, but a strategy for a country depends on what the customers want. If, for example, in Venue, there's a lot of demand from the customers to have an automatic diesel. So now we have introduced this automatic diesel, 1.5 diesel with 6-speed automatic. We have a 1.0 turbo petrol. We have a 1.2 petrol. So I think various options have been given. At the entry level, we offer the customers petrol and CNG in Exter, in Aura, and Nios. Of course, then we have the electric in Creta. Mr. Jose Munoz has already announced that in 2027, a fully dedicated EV, in the entry SUV segment, compact SUV segment is going to be launched as well.
And to wrap it up, how would you sum up your coming time for the Indian market in a sentence?
Oh, I think I'm very honored and very lucky that I've got this opportunity. I take this as a mantle to take the company forward. I think my predecessors have done a great job over the past 3 decades, and now that we are going even more full force into India, and to have this opportunity is absolutely amazing.
Great. Tarun, congratulations on the launch of the Venue, and you have our best wishes for the time coming. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Manav. Thank you.
And with that, we've come to the end of this edition of the Times Drive Show. We really hope you liked this episode. अगर आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, कुछ बताना चाहते हैं, अगर कुछ स्पेसिफिक हमारे शो पर देखना चाहते हैं या हमारी टीम के साथ जुड़ना चाहते हैं, तो टाइम्स ड्राइव के सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स से हमारे साथ ज़रूर जुड़ें। और अगर आप एक नई कार, बाइक या स्कूटर खरीदने का सोच रहे हैं, तो timesdrive.in पर ज़रूर जाएं, because that is where you will find every information you need to make an informed purchase. That's about all for today. I'll catch you same time next week, only on the Times Drive Show.
Riding through India's chaotic traffic, dodging potholes, autos and buses, that freedom feels amazing, right? But that same thrill can turn tragic in a split second. And the harsh reality? Two-wheelers account for around 44.5% of all road accident deaths in India. Helmets aren't optional, they are lifesavers. Wearing one reduces your chances of dying by over 6 times and cuts brain injury risk by up to 74%. और सिर्फ 2019 में ही 44,666 लोगों की जान गई सिर्फ इसलिए क्योंकि उन्होंने हेलमेट नहीं पहना था. And non-helmeted riders are 3 times more likely to suffer head injuries with these accidents. Helmet सिर्फ आपको नहीं बचाता. It protects the people who wait for you. So break the habit of riding bareheaded. Choose a BIS certified helmet, strap it, and make it a routine.